KRC, the Fort Portal-based research center, is an indigenous NGO that has been in existence since 1996. It was started by a team of young university graduates who felt the need to positively contribute towards poverty eradication in their region, Rwenzori region. The region comprises of 5 districts, and these are Bundibujo, Kasese, Kabarole, Kamwenge, and Chenjojo. The institution has since been very pivotal in supporting and working with rural communities in the provision of micro-projects, encouraging the active rural poor to save in their own microfinance cooperative societies, advocating for the rights of women and children, peace building and conflict resolution, information sharing and exchange, and also researching on major issues that affect development. The Poverty Resource Monitoring and Tracking Model, abbreviated as PRMT, is fundamentally a renaissance of a bottom-up approach seeking to bring to reality and manifested in the identification, implementation, and monitoring of development programs.
We have been implementing PRMT, we would call Poverty Resource Monitoring and Tracking Model, for a period of 3 years, and covering the Rwenzori region. And as KRC, we don't implement alone. We work closely with the community partners who form the district networks. So there are member organizations to the district networks. And of course, they also work with the people we call community process facilitators. These are the people who provide the mentoring, the training, and the monitoring of the whole model. And this model is implemented under the policy monitoring project, which basically is looking at 3 areas. That is agriculture, with focus on Plan for Modernization of Agriculture, which is PMA, and also the NADS, National Advisory Services. And also we look at another service, which is health. And normally in this we are focusing on the facility of health and also the service that is given to the clients. We also, under the policy monitoring aspect, we focus our attention on education and specifically on universal primary education, which is UPE, and also the secondary concept, which looks at universal secondary education, which is youth. Here we are looking specifically on the performance of the service providers, like the performance of teachers in providing the service, the management of resources that are allocated to schools, and also the performance of students or the children. What could be the factors that affect their performance? Are they from the teachers? Are they from the parents? Are they from the administrators? So specifically those are the 3 basic sectors KRC puts attention on. The whole purpose of this model and policy monitoring project is we want to empower our communities at the grassroots level, together with the leaders, to be able to monitor the services provided to them.
We always trying to monitor government programs like this school, which is uncompleted. We have tried as but it write reports and submit them to the district. and then the district does what it can do to make sure that this school is completed.
Mubusinge John, and this is Bunyangule Parish, Nduguto Sub-County. So we were given these pit latrines of the nursery, and then the district engineer came and instructed us that the plan of the construction of these latrines, the bricks are supposed to begin from down up to top, so that they put there the top ones. But then when we saw that the constructors and the contractors decided just to put the bricks just on top, not according to the program, then we had to refuse as the community members that the plan was not like that.
As a model, it promotes some key principles or values that even enables KRC to monitor, and these we call them the parameters. We look at issues of participation. How are the different categories of people taking part in the planning cycle, right from the village, the parish, the sub-county, the district, then the nation. And also within participation, we also look at the issues of implementation. Are these different people, the women, the marginalized people, are they taking part in the planning, in the implementation of the project? Do they have a contribution to make in terms of ideas, in terms of energy? We also look at issues of equality or equity. When it comes to the planning, the implementation, and the monitoring, are the needs of everyone catered for? The women, the youth, the men, the widows, the orphans, the disabled people? Are their issues catered for? Are they accessing the services as how it's supposed to be? We also look at issues of gender. When we are monitoring the services, for instance, like the health facility, we want to see how are the views of women in terms of the establishment of a healthy unit catered for.
Ebintu ebinyakuliyo tibiri kutumala kurungi nkamalwarira agandi kandi aliyo n'obukonyeza ebintu ebyaira n'ebintu byona ebichweka byona nyewe obudaba ntali mwebemezi runinti nkarabamu nasanga ngu tukusobola abakazi abakuzara ebikida atirire bikibyona tibiri kurungi.
So as a model, there are stages we go through, and some of these stages are the issues of production. And production here, we are looking at how best can we gather the information by preparing our communities, by empowering them to be able to generate this information. And this information is generated through village meetings. And this information is used for the community to come up with issues that need fast attention. And from their own initiatives, they are able to come up with what can be done. And if the issues are beyond them, they are forwarded to another level. It is the parish and the sub-county or the district. And also, this information enables the leaders to know where they have to monitor.
The community here are talking of this latrine. The sub-county say spent almost 4 million on this latrine of this shelter. Now, they are very much complaining that this latrine is not of that amount. So they are also complaining of this shelter here, the foul shelter, whereby sub-county also said they spent 7 million. But when you reach there, you can't say that it is of 7 million.
Even at another level of utilization, the community, together with the representatives of these local government structures, they're able to come up in a meeting supported by KRC, like dialogue meetings, review meetings, to get the feeling of the needs of the community. For instance, if there are cases of corruption, the cases of shoulder work, they are presented to these gatherings where we have the leaders. So they are able to know the gaps in the implementing part so that they are able to monitor. There was a case where a company was contracted to make a road for Kabarola as a district. But as a result, or from the observations the community made, it was a substandard road. And this generated a heated debate on the local FM stations, even writing to the newspapers. And this one caused the different people, the business community, the political leaders, the religious leaders, to come in to demonstrate for failure to have a quick intervention from the key people, and that is the ministry and the local government. This was possible because there has been a long carried out sensitization on the radio program, where we have the leaders come together to discuss, where we have the community representatives and CSOs to come and discuss. And this radio talk show is supported by all the CSOs in the region. So after that heated concern from the community, a road was repeated. It was made again, and also filling the gaps that were left behind. Also, to increase the knowledge base for our community, information points were installed, like the notes boards, right from the parish to the sub-county level, so that information from the sub-county, that is the local government arm, is provided or displayed on these notes boards on a monthly basis, bringing out the budget allocations, the approved projects, and also the new donors that are coming to serve in that sub-county, in that parish, with the amount of money they are promising to inject in development work.
Katunga notes body yenu kuruga mu KRC etukonyire hamirimo yegomboro okorora ntutekamu ebhandiko byaitu ebirikwoleka entashya ya sente zitungurwa district kyo mugomboro mununu etukonyire kwoleka emirimo erikorwa omugomboro kandi etukonyire nokwoleka report emirimo nk'uko eri kugenda omu maiso etukonyire kuteekamu adverts abantu baije barole emirimo ekwetagisibwa kukora omugomboro muno. Meetings zikuba nizigenda mu maiso nazo abantu kwija kuzatendinga.
This information is generated to inform KRC the areas of more research. As earlier said, the production stage, the utilization stage, and the feedback stage that the model follows are all channels or avenues for the participants, for the planners, and for KRC and its partners to generate information. Changing people's perceptions is a process, and a process which has to be started. PRMT principles that are integrated in the policy monitoring project have gradually brought people together to think for their lives. And we are able now to see cases of empowerment.
This program has enabled the community to be empowered in how to improve on their standards of living.
The leaders are being questioned to give an account of their work, and at the same time, the community having to make a local contribution without basing only on the service providers to be the providers of everything.
The whole emphasis of PRMT is on people's obligations and responsibilities to monitor whatever is around them, and we feel that engaging government structures to deliver is the best thing that can happen, and I can see the results already on the ground in the districts where we are operating, and even at the national level we are trying to change focus and say that this society is never going to be changed by workshops, but it has to be changed through people actions.
What PRMT has actually done is to be able to change the attitude of people, build their confidence levels, and as we work together for them to be able to engage with the local leaders. People have continuously gotten to know what sort of resources that exist, and they have went ahead to ask and seek for accountability, at the same time to ask where there have been incidences of corruption. And because of continued voicing of these issues by the community, these issues were able to reach the Rwenzori Anti-Corruption Coalition, which took them on further and brought on board the IGG and the CID, who followed up on these incidences, and these people were arrested.
Iraq, together with KRC, have been trying to monitor a lot of projects all over the Rwenzori region. So normally, after receiving so many reports from our various stakeholders and partners, we engage with district officials and the lower local governments at municipal, town council and sub-county level, and where we fail to get clear response from the leaders, then we engage police, we also engage CID and the offices of the Inspector General of Government and the Auditor General. To this we get clear evidence on reports got from those districts, and they also work in collaboration with us to get more evidence. This has yielded more results in the fight against corruption.
But in general, one could also say that people have been awakened, they have been enlightened, and they can see and they can question.